They've rearranged the store. Why? Why do you have to change things up? So, hey guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Welcome back to the channel. What you doing? Give me hugs. I've got this inflation report for you. So much drama at the ALDI. We got to talk about it, so stay tuned. But a lot of you are asking me also about Yona. I posted some pictures and made a post about Yona. I didn't get this video up last night. Finished film. I did the math and got it all ready, but it was getting so dark and so late. And by 9 o'clock, y'all, I'm a pumpkin. Actually, by 8 o'clock now with all this stuff we're doing. And I didn't get to film it, so here I am now. Yona is fine. Yona is doing good. Yona is one of our Great Pyrenees. He has a yeast now turned into a bacterial infection in one of his ears. His brother Bruce has been trying to help him get over his yeast infection and has been cleaning his ear, and it's that's not what we need happening. I was worried sick. I caught Bruce tending to his brother. So Bruce is black and white. He's full Pyrenees. His littermate brother is Yona. You've seen them over the last year and a half or so here on the channel. They are down. They're in and out. They're indoor and outdoor Pyrenees. So they come in. They help guard the house, the coop, the whole area. They're down at the other side of the property. But they do come in to the house. So I went downstairs on Saturday morning and Bruce was licking his ears, licking Yona's ear. And I thought, uh-oh. Well, so I didn't see anything further. Well, then by Sunday into Monday, Yona started whimpering. So it's transformed, but he's been very cooperative. He lets me do whatever I need to do, flush, clean. He has drops. Yada, yada. Seems a little bit better today, but we're keeping a close eye on it, and he will be rechecked in 2 weeks. So he's fine, though. He's eating. He's playing. I mean, all the good stuff. But he would, like, shake his head. I am looking at changing his diet. Some of you probably do this. You know, you give raw food diet or you make your dog food. Drop down in the comments down below what specifically you do. Now, don't give me 75,000 things. That's a new territory for me because I have so many dogs, and I am interested, however, in flipping my livestock guardian dogs, particularly first, to more of a raw food diet if I can. So give me some ideas. I've been investigating that. I do think that could help. This is the first time we've ever had this happen. This is my 6th livestock guardian dog, and this is never a 7th. Excuse me. These are our 7th. I've had 7 because we lost Cochise last year. Never had this happen. And Cochise was outside in the elements 24/7 for almost 10 years and never had this issue. So it's just he could be Yona, and this may be something we have to continue to deal with. Everybody else is fine. So drop that comment for me. But let's get to this. But I appreciate all your comments. Y'all are sweethearts. He's just a big muffin. Aren't they? He and Bruce, but they're all big babies. Just a bunch of big babies. Well, they're a baby to me. They wouldn't be a baby to you, but you know the deal. Long story short, I went to ALDI yesterday, finally, in Lenoir City. If you're new to the channel and you don't know what we're doing here, we have been keeping up with inflation prices at a particular ALDI, only at this ALDI location for the last, gosh, is it 4 years now? 3 to 4 years. And this is notebook number 2, where we keep a lot of notes. And I have a report for you today about the prices of items that we have been keeping a list of. Now, let me explain to you. I'm not suggesting you shop at ALDI. I'm not suggesting you like ALDI, and I'm not suggesting you buy anything on this list. This is simply to keep a tab on the prices. We started with like 14 items, then we went to 20, and then you all wanted more over the last couple of years, so now we're up to 49 items, and we have a lot of interesting things going on. Okay, so I just want to mention that to you. Not only that, but the store frustrated me really hard yesterday because I haven't been to that location a whole lot since, well, my last report was 4/27. The end of April. So if you want to see the previous one, it would be right at the end of April, and the one prior to that would be the 1st of February. So the dates are 2/1, 4/27, and 9/8. 9/8 was obviously yesterday. So we're going to get to it, but the store is completely changed in a lot of ways. I don't really know what's going on. That's an older store, I guess. I don't know if it's an older store or not. I know the first Aldi that I ever went to was the one over in, I think it's in Clinton, in north of Knoxville, kind of North Knoxville area out there. Gosh, that's been like 15 plus years ago. And then I know when we lived up on the mountain, this one opened. So this one's been open like 8 or 9 years, maybe. I'm guessing on that. But they've changed a lot of the format. Like, it almost looks like one of the aisles is gone. Have you ever been into like a store where suddenly everything, the aisles are wider? And we've seen a lot of that in recent years due to shortages on inventory. And they tried to make you know how they try to make the store look full, but it's not? Well, it kind of felt that way yesterday. And maybe it's just this location. I'm going to check other Aldis around town or in different locations around the Knoxville, Maryville area and just see what they're doing, because this was really interesting. And I'm just going to be blunt. It looked like they had less food and more junk. Sorry, Aldi. Maybe it's just that location, and I hate to say that because it's a convenient location, but if that's the way that store is going to look, that's not the one I'm going to go to pick up a couple of things. I'll find my way somewhere else because it was very frustrating. It looked like the store had been just torn down and thrown back together in the last week. And when I got up to the register, I asked the cashier, I said, when did you all change the format of the store? And she said, well, it's been a couple of months. I said, really? And she said, yeah. I said, well, why did you do this? Why? Not you, but she said, well, there's some good with it and there's some bad with it. She said, I can tell you that. She said, did you have a hard time? I said, yeah, I had to go around the store 3 or 4 times to find the items I was used to because you have less of it and it was across the store. I mean, it's the wildest thing you've ever seen. They've cut the aisles in half. It looks like they've taken one out and expanded. The end caps on the inside, the original ones, completely gone. I mean, I filmed all of this. I mean, I still got everything on my list, but instead of what you used to see where there was more, especially over the last like 2 years, they didn't even stock that much. Now, some junk, chips and things like that, yes, but some of your canned goods, things like that, the frozen section, it didn't look right. I'm just going to tell you right now, maybe I hit it on a bad day. I mean, you would think it was the day after Christmas or something. I don't know. I'm going to leave it at that. She said, well, what I've been told is they're trying to look like the newer stores. And I said, so I'm just going to leave it at that. If you work at Aldi and you know, I'm just telling you this location looked rough. Okay. And it's nothing against anybody that works there. But there was only one mixed vegetable on the shelf. There was only like one of this or none of that. Just really strange. Okay. So here's the deal. I have 49 items and I'm going to fly through them and then I'm going to give you the report. And I know some of you that may frustrate, but at the same time, I want to give you all of the information. Okay. So the last report that I did was 4/27/2025. Again, if you don't eat any of this stuff, no one cares. This is only about prices going up and down, okay? I just want to let you know what the angle is of this situation. So if you don't like iceberg lettuce, I don't either for the most part. So I don't buy it. So we're in the boat together. This is about price, okay? So we're in this together. I love you. Okay, so ground beef 27.73 was $3.99 on 4/27. It's now $4.79. So you have things that have gone up and you have things that have gone down. Honeycrisp apples went down from $2.35 to $2.30. Iceberg lettuce has gone up from 179 to 209. Again, from the end of April to now. That's what we're comparing. White bread is the same price at $1.39. Grape jelly is the same price at $2.59. Coffee, the 12-ounce little packs have gone up from $5.19 to $6.49. Crispy Oats cereal, same size. By the way, if something changed in size, I'm going to tell you, and I do have a story with that. One or two things here, so stay tuned. Crispy Oats cereal, it's kind of like Honey Nut Cheerios, I guess in a sense. Same size at 19.5 ounces at $2.65. Flour is still 5 pounds, went down from $2.35 to $2.19, so it went downtown, baby. Sugar, 4 pound, is from $2.99 in April to now $3.29, so your sugar's gone up, honey. Give me some sugar. Eggs. This is always interesting because we've watched the whole debacle with eggs over the last 1 to 2 years. Eggs in April were $4.46 for 1 whole dozen. Now they have gone down to $2.70. That is in East Tennessee, ALDI. $2.70 for a dozen eggs at the ALDI. So when people tell you that eggs are still high as they were 4 to 6 months ago, they may be in your area. You need to shop somewhere else, I guess, because that's not the story here or anywhere that I've been monitoring, from Ingles to Publix to Walmart to Kroger. All the prices have come down on eggs, which we expected because that's common sense. If you keep up with the whole process of culling birds versus creating more birds and when they start laying eggs. So that alone, plus I know they had a bunch shipped in. We have a whole video on that. But they should be going down. So $2.70 on that, guys. Milk has gone down from a gallon of whole milk from $2.78 to $2.42. Butter is the same price at $3.75 for a pound of butter. Diet Coke, yuck, I love you, don't get mad. Still, Diet Coke is $2.74. A 2 liter of Coke at Aldi is pushing $3. I'm gonna keep talking. Chicken thighs have gone up from $2.89 a pound to $2.99. So there's a little increase there on the chickens. Notice a theme here. Certain things are up, certain things are down. Cat litter is the same at $6.19. Mac and cheese is still 58 cents. Marinara is $1.65 still, but not too long ago it used to be 85 cents. When we made our first video, some of our first videos on this, it was 85 cents. It's $1.65. Dryer sheets, $2.29 for the Tandle. Okay, I've got a situation with facial cleanser. If you watch the last video, facial cleanser from February to April went up from $3.49 to $5.49. It's because they switched brands. Don't know why they did that at that store. If you watch the last video, I tell you the same thing. Well, now they've gone back to the original. So the original facial cleanser at Aldi was $3.49 in February. Then it changed and bounced to $5.49 in April. Well, now we're back to the original, which was there in February, and it's $2.99. So it's gone down 50 cents from the original in February. So I've got 2 equations on that. So just hang with me. Onion mix is still 98 cents. Dog treats they're $2.69. Cat food is 57 cents. Still no change. Peanut butter and jelly time. Peanut butter is $1.99 for 18 ounces. Saltine crackers, which used to be like 95 cents. Remember that? They were $1.69 in April, and now they're $1.75. So they've gone up. Fruit cocktail, canned fruit cocktail, was $1.39 in April. Now it's $1.49. Page 2. I'm trying to talk fast, okay? Bear with me. We're going to get there. Applesauce, same price at $2.69 for 24 ounces. A dog food can, those canned dog foods, they were $1.89 forever. Now they're $1.75. So they've gone down. Canned potatoes, 15 ounces, is gone up from 89 cents to 95 cents. Mixed vegetables, they only had 1. I haven't seen that in years. But anyway, still 95 cents. That used to be like 61 cents. Shut up, Tara. Red beans, because red beans and rice didn't miss 85 cents in April, and now they're 85 cents still. So they're the same, 85 cents. And tomatoes have gone up from 89 cents. We've seen some massive jumps on up and down on that. It's 96 cents now. So it's gone up from 89 to 96. Corn is the same at 76 cents. Cake mix is $1.09 still, same price. The chili is still $1.89 for a can of 15-ounce chili. Canned pinto beans, catch this, y'all. So the canned pinto beans, the large can, the 30 ouncers, let me grab this for you right here. Well, first and foremost, let me show you. The canned pinto beans, which are listed in all of my reports as 30 ounces. And I filmed this. So I was looking at it and I was like, okay, are we the same size? Are we the same price? Well, they've gone down in price. From February, they were $1.65. They went down to $1.59 in April. They're still $1.59. But here's the catch. So this is the new can. This is the one I bought yesterday. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Can you read that down there? That's not 30 ounces. That's 29 ounces. The tag at the store still says 30 ounces. So I picked it up and I thought, are my glasses, what's wrong with me? And I was looking, I was filming, and I thought, I literally bought this to bring this home to compare to some of the cans that I have on the shelf already. I typically buy 1 or 2 of these anyway because this is a great thing to have on the shelf. I mean, that's $1.5 million right there, baby. And there it is right there, 29 ounces. Sure enough, hang on a second. Sure enough, when I got home, this one is on my shelf. And it doesn't, the sell-by date or expiration date or whatever you want to call it, whatever, is 2027. So it's still way within range. I bought it probably last year. And see that right there? 30 ounces. Maybe it's just a typo. Maybe somebody was making the labels that day, had a vodka martini the night before. I don't know. But I'm just telling you, so the price is still the same and the tag was still the same, but the can itself was an ounce less. I'm just going to leave it right there. That's why I bought it. I'm not going to make a big deal about it, but I want you to keep an eye out, okay, on multiple fronts. Could be an innocent mistake. It could be just an innocent mistake at that store and somebody didn't change that tag. But what I'm telling you is you used to get 30 ounces, whether the tag is wrong or right or not. Not too long ago, the last report, you were getting 30-ounce cans. Now you're getting 29, sweet pea. Take it as you want to. Okay, so now we're back to, come on, girlfriend. Okay, honey, 24-ounce honey from $7.19 down to $6.99. So honey's gone down. Chips are the same, 10-ounce, and they're $1.89. A block of cheddar cheese, 8-ounce, $2.09 in April. Now it's $1.85. So it's come down pretty good on the cheese. Tandle, that's come down from $7.89. That's the 100 fluid ounce laundry detergent, okay, liquid. Was $7.89, now it's $7.49. Sausage, a pound of sausage, 16 ounce. That stuff used to be $1.99 because I canned it, okay? So I know, my memory's there. And I have a video on it. But thank goodness we filmed all this stuff, right? But sausage was at 16 ounces a pound, was $3.19 on $4.27. It has come down to $2.89. So your pork sausage has come down. All of your other meats are going up for the most part. But this particular sausage has not. Beef franks, 15 ounce. They've gone up from $3.69 to $3.89. They were $3.49 in February. So that has continued to climb. Your beef, your uncured, like hot dog wieners. Yeah, the beef ones. Cream cheese has gone down from $1.75 in April to now $1.59. Yogurt cups have gone down from 59 cents to 55 cents. Now your heavy cream is the only dairy that went up. It's gone from $5.29 up to $5.39. See, it was $5.39 in February, dropped down to $5.29. Now it's gone back up. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but what it is. Because milk's gone down. Isn't that crazy town? I don't know, honey. Last few, frozen vegetables are still 98 cents, no change. White rice, 3 pounds, still $2.65, no change. Olive oil, watch the oils that you buy at ALDI, please. Olive oil, 16.9 ounces, has gone down from $6.29 to $5.85. 5-ounce tuna, 85 cents, has jumped up to 87 cents. Everybody wants their protein, I guess. And then your mayonnaise, the 30 ounce, it's still the same size, $3.29. It's gone down to $3.19. Okay, that's a lot to say to get to the point where you're like, I just want to hear the final number. All right, well, I'm going to give you the overall number, keeping it consistent from what you paid for what we did on April 27th versus today. Yes, I have to have glasses on, y'all. That's where we're at, right? Got to have them. So I sat last night with James, and we did it together, and then he double checked it. And if we're wrong, we're human, so it is what it is. So we had the previous one. All right, so if you look at the entire price, okay, let me tell you what we do this first. You spent in February on these items, okay? If you got these 49 items, one of each, you paid, I gotta turn back on the air, my neck's probably turned red. You paid $125.65. That was February 1st. If you went on April the 27th, you paid $128.54. Now remember, the facial cleanser really jumped because it changed. But my theory, and I told you that, I said, well, if you had to get a facial cleanser, I don't know if this is what they're permanently changing to or what they're doing, so I'm going to keep it for now. I did tell you that. Now, yesterday, if I bought one of everything, a pound of this or one of that or whatever, right? It's $125.10. So overall, you're paying less now on the 8th of September, which was yesterday, than what you paid in April, even if you adjust the price for the facial cleanser, and you're still less than what you paid on February 1st. So if you look at how you do the actual inflation rating, okay, and those are the numbers for you. So if you want to check my math, those are the numbers. Go do it yourself, and you're going to come up with the same math we do. Long story short, the original number with the weird facial cleanser that got bumped in there in April, your inflation rate was negative 2.676. Now, if you adjust the price for that crazy facial cleanser back to the original, in other words, you actually look at the price from February when you had the consistent, what we've been doing for years, you're actually looking at negative 1.137. So, here's the bottom line. They're changing some things at this Aldi. Whether that's across the board or not, I have no idea yet. Tell me your thoughts on that. I didn't like the setup. I didn't like what I saw. I don't want 3 aisles of junk. I go in there to buy a couple of staples that I think I can trust, like you, and I want to have a better price and go on about my merry way. I mean, yeah, a blanket's cute, some socks, and a candle, I can deal with that. But when half the store on the inside is worse than the potato chip aisle and it's just disheveled junk, I'm not interested. But I'm just saying, your prices overall have adjusted down depending upon what you're looking at. Beef is higher, chicken jumped a little bit, coffee is up, a couple of other obvious things. Some things could be seasonal, but overall across the board, you had a lot of heavy hitters to knock things down. Your milk has come down, your eggs have substantially come down, so it just depends upon what you're buying. I hope this video finds you well. So I'm not saying this is what's the situation for you with where you shop in your area. This is only keeping up with consistently over the last 3 to 4 years with this particular Aldi at this location. And we've seen this, and we've seen this, and we've seen this. But like I said, if you had walked in there in February and bought all of these items, you were spending $125.65. If you walked in there in April, you would have been, it was the exact same thing. It was going to be $126.54 because I took off the $2 for that facial cleanser. You actually spent $128, but I'm just saying. And then yesterday, you spent $125. So if you just want to go back and say, from here to February to knock out that whole facial cleanser debacle, you basically saved, what, 55 cents yesterday. I'm just saying. So do the math, keep up with it. I know a lot of you keep your receipts and whatnot, but as far as overall inflation at that Aldi collectively on these 49 items, you're in the negative. It's not gone up. It overall has not, call it zero, a little bit better than zero. So anybody out there telling you that it's moved in terms of these items, it hasn't done it here. But again, what happens to you is different than what happens to us. So keep up with it, okay? More videos coming your way. I know this was a lot to put out today. Appreciate your patience, but a lot of folks really like this to compare what we're doing here in East Tennessee versus what you're doing in your area. Yada, yada, yada. You get to see products that maybe you've never seen before or heard of. Things vary. So we like to do this every couple of months just to see what's going on out there. So I hope this helped you out. More videos coming your way. Stay safe out there. Keep preparing. Like, subscribe, and share. Pray, prep, and be peaceful. And I'll see you, sweetheart, on the next video.